Good morning. What we are going to work on first today is adding to our Earth Science Notes document. The last thing that you should have typed refers to unconformity, as we were talking about relative dating. We're going to make a whole new section in our notes by clicking right after the word missing. If you hit enter a few times, it should take your list level back. If it doesn't want to do that, what you can do is hit enter and use this decrease indent button, which should also work. The main goal that you want to get to is a Roman numeral 3 for our next section of notes, which is titled Internal Processes That Shape the Surface of the Earth. As I go through these notes, you should be typing and adding the notes that I'm discussing to your copy of the Earth Science Notes and Vocab document. All right, so our internal processes that shape the surface of the Earth. If we go enter tab, we get to section A. This is the theory of plate tectonics. Enter tab. We have tectonic plates where all of our continents and oceans are resting. There are two different types of tectonic plates that you observed in the PhET Plate Tectonic Interactive. If you enter tab, the first type is an oceanic plate or oceanic crust. Enter tab. The oceanic crust is made mostly of oceans, meaning that the oceans are resting on top of most of that crust piece. Oceanic crust is more dense and it has much more iron in it. So as compared to a continental crust piece, it will not be as buoyant. It doesn't float as well. If you hit enter after more iron, it'll take you back to section B for continental. Enter tab, mostly of continental crust. I'm going to go ahead and add that word crust here, just to make that make some more sense. It is less dense, so it will float a whole lot better, and it has more of the element called silica. Lots of sand has a high silica content, so that makes sense that continental crust has a high silica content in it. You would enter a few times, it'll take you back to section 2. Continental drift takes place because the tectonic plates are resting on the mantle, which we know is a non-Newtonian fluid. It acts like oobleck. So if you push on the mantle, it'll act like a solid. But if you let it flow slowly, it'll act like a liquid. Since those plates are resting on top of that semi-liquid substance, the plates make up the Earth's surface, and they're moving on top of that non-Newtonian fluid, the mantle. Enter. Pangaea was the one supercontinent that broke apart. So this is when all the continents used to be together in one gigantic supercontinent, and eventually they split up, and now the continents are drifting apart still, but at one time all of those pieces fit together like a puzzle. When we get that happening, we start to see, if you hit enter tab, we have something called seafloor spreading, and that's where ocean plates are separating at the middle. All right, so this whole section should have been theory of plate tectonics. Go ahead and pause the video and finish typing the theory of plate tectonics. We're going to move on. If you hit enter a few times, it'll take you back to a letter B to where we can start talking about boundaries. Enter tab. The first type of boundary that we need to discuss is a convergent boundary, and this is where two plates are moving toward one another. I like to think of convergent like crashing. So they both start with that C sound, convergent and crashing. This creates mountains and subduction zones. It creates mountains because when two continental crust pieces come together, neither one of them is going to push the other one down. They have the same properties. So there's nowhere for anything to go, so it starts to buckle and it pushes mountains up. If we have a continental and an oceanic, we know from our interactive that that oceanic one is going to slip underneath the continental one, and that's called a subduction zone. The next boundary type is a divergent boundary. I remember this one as it's two plates moving away from one another. Divergent, like dividing, they're pulling apart. And this creates mid-ocean ridges. As the crust pieces pull apart, we end up with the mantle starting to bubble up and lava and magma starting to bubble up in that area, and it forms new pieces of the crust. And that's why it makes a ridge right there. The next thing we have is a transform boundary. This is where two plates are moving in opposite direction. I want you to imagine that you're holding a Ritz cracker in your hands and you snap it in half. Then I want you to place the two edges back together and slide them back and forth. What's happening to the edges of your Ritz cracker? It's tearing it apart. You're making a huge mess, so don't actually do that. That's mean to your parents. Don't do that. But those edges crumble, and that's what happens to the surface of the Earth as two plates move past each other at a transform boundary. And this creates cracks in the crust. If you would enter a few times, we're going to start talking about stress. So as the crust pieces are interacting with each other, they're going to undergo a couple different types of stress. Stress is a force that is placed on an object causing deformation or changes in rock. The first type of stress that we're going to be observing is called tension, and this is stress that stretches a rock. Rock does stretch if it is pulled hard enough. It causes something called normal faults. If you think about faults as being angled breaks in a rock, in a normal fault, the one that is angled and is pointing up higher is actually going to move downwards, so that the one that is angled down is the one that is elevation-wise above. Next, we have something called a compression. Compression is stress that pushes rocks together. This causes a reverse fault. So this is where the hanging wall moves upwards. And then the very last thing that we're going to talk about today is called shearing. This is stress that pushes rocks in opposite directions. So instead of being a reverse fault or a normal fault, we end up with something called a strike-slip fault. Go ahead and pause the video to fill in the rest of these notes about boundaries. The last thing you have to type is this word fault here. Once you have finished doing this, you can move on to the next agenda item on Canvas for the day.